Hey everybody, Vexine here. I know what you're thinking. Where the hell have you been? Well, life has been kind of crazy for me. Uh, Bought a house, so I'm no longer living in my shitty old apartment. Um, Basically, that's been the huge major change in my life over the last couple of months. Just moving in, getting settled, taking care of things. Problems have already come up, but nothing major. And recently, I think a week ago maybe, uh, Kerbal Space Program has finally left early access and beta and is now at full release. So I think it's time that I get back into playing this game. Now, I've been actually playing it a lot um, the last couple of days, trying to refamiliarize myself, but I figured I'm going to play again from scratch because starting from scratch is always fun. Now, I remember when I did Kerbal Space Program videos on my channel before, they actually did pretty good, and I only had like 2 or 3 videos, but I had a successful min-miss landing. Okay, so I'm going to do Start New. I'm going to do, uh, if I can learn how to spell, Career Mode. I'm just going to call it Career because I already have a save file called Vexian. Difficulty options. Let's see. Allow stock vessels? Nah, I'm gonna build my own. Indestructible facilities? I like explosions. No entry purchase required on research. Sure, why not? Missing crews respawn. Okay, I'll do that. Allow reverting flight? Definitely. I think playing on normal. Let's see, what does easy allow? Re-entry heating. Um, I think I'll play on normal. Just that's what I've been doing on my off-camera recording session. And okay, so flag, very important. Let's see, what's a good flag? Um, this is actually kind of a cool flag. That's kind of cool. I think I'll go with the wings. Okay, start. Now, from when I last played, this was a lot uh, bigger, but I understand why because you can actually upgrade all of these locations. And there's actually this location, the administration building, and the mission control are actually new, but everything else is pretty much the same. Now I have 25,000 space bucks. I don't know what kind of currency Kerbal uses, but I'm going to call it space bucks because, reasons. Go to the administration building, and we have 4 contracts. So let's see. Escape the atmosphere? Probably not going to be able to do that. Orbit Kerbin? Definitely won't be able to do that. So let's launch our first vessel. We'll accept that. And gather scientific data from Kerbin. So we gotta recover or transmit any scientific experiment data from Kerbin to achieve this goal. That should be easy. Okay. And let's look at my research tree. My research tree is very empty. To get this, I need 5 science. To get this, I need 5 science. So I need 10 science to get to the next tier. Uh, so before I think I do anything, I'm going to just get some simple science from around this location, just to give me a little bit of a boost. So I don't need parachutes because I'm not going vertical. I'll just get a little sciencey doodad. Let me change the crew, and let me make it Bob, because he's a scientist. So the point of this is so that I can get science from the launch pad. So let us observe the mystery goo. The mystery goo. The goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now, and it's mystery goo observation from the launch pad. So we'll keep that data. Let us do a crew report. Crew report from launch pad. Assessment of the situation. Let's keep that data. And now let's EVA Bob. He is flying over Kerbal shores, which is ironic because he's technically, even though he's holding onto the ladder, he's technically not touching it. Therefore, it's a little bug preventing him from. So he's flying, basically. Okay, now I'm going to take data, store experiments. I'm going to jump off. Here's a little Bob Kerman. Do an EVA report. Don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? We'll keep that data. We will store those experiments. And now I am going to start running, time accelerate until I get beyond this bunker, I think. EVA report, nope, that's still the launch pad. Keep going. EVA, still the launch pad. I'm basically trying to get to Kerbal shores. Nope, still launch pad. Oh, maybe right there. EVA report from KSC. We'll keep that data and let's run back. I know, not a very exciting first mission. My total altitude was 67 meters above sea level. Oh wait, no, 68. Okay, so let's store that experiment. Let me walk out. No, I think that'll be it for this. Oh, what the hell? We'll go F, B to climb in and recover vessel. So, total science gathered. .9 science. I have 24 science now. And I got 100% value of my funds because I haven't done anything. Okay, now that I did the launch pad and the KSC, let me go to the spaceplane hangar and do the exact same thing. Go like that. Attach some goo. Now let me click this and rotate it. There, like that. And, oh, wait, nope. I want to revert this back to, because I think it's Jebediah by default. Yep, Jebediah. I don't want Jebediah. Revert flight to the spaceplane hangar. Crew. Get out of there, Jebediah. I want Bob Kerman because he's a scientist. Okay, let's observe the mystery goo. Observation from the runway. We'll keep that data. We'll go a crew report from the runway. We'll keep that data. We will EVA. Let's see. Current over. Yep, so that's going to be the same. So let's do an EVA report from the runway, and we will take data, store experiments, and let us time warp until I hit the grasslands, I believe. Maybe just down this hill. Nope, that's the KSC. Let's run a little bit more. KSC, I already have that. I'm just trying to be in the grasslands. It's still KSC. Come on, Bob. Get out of the KSC and into the grasslands. Nope. Any minute now. Let's see, how far of a run do I have? Did about half a K. Still KSC. I want to hit these mountains before I hit the grasslands. It's going for a little jog. 7.8 or 0.78, I should say. Come on, keep running. You know what? Screw it. Recover vessel. I don't feel like running back. And let's recover the pod. Recover. Yep. Okay. So without even leaving the ground, I have 31 science. So let's spend this science. Let's get basic rocketry. Let's get engineering 101, and I have 21 science left. So let's go with survivability for 6.8 science. Okay. Now, back to the vehicle assembly building. Let's actually leave the ground this time. Now let me look and see. Oh, what's this? Contract complete. Gather scientific data from around Kerbal. Oh, that's where the extra 10 science came from. I forgot about that. So let's look at my set an altitude record, set a land distance record, set a speed record, launch our first vessel. So let's add the Mark 1 repair command pod. Now I do have fuel tanks, but who needs fuel tanks? I do have stack decouplers. So let's go like that, go like that. We need a parachute. And, oh yes, science. So, we need a science junior. Oh, wait, forgot to put the stack decoupler on underneath it. Let us put, now I don't need two, but just for symmetry, I'm gonna put two. Or, better yet, let's put a little service bay in here, put that in here. Take that out. Let's open the service bay. Let's zoom in. I don't need 2 times symmetry. Let's put 1. And put our little capsule in there. Close it. Actually want to like that. That's better. Much better. And just for fun, let's put on some fins because I don't want to give Jebediah experience again because getting engineers and scientists EXP is probably a little bit more beneficial early. So let's launch this rocket upwards. So this is just a solid booster, so setting the throttle really has no difference. I can't put on the SAS because I have no pilot. Bill Kerman is not technically a pilot. So let us launch. Now I'm going to do a crew report. We'll keep that data. I will observe the materials bay. Keep that data. I will open this hatch and observe the mystery goo. And keep that data. Starting to lose our altitude, or lose our velocity. So I decoupled the solid fuel booster. I launched my parachute. Let me close this. That's going to explode, and explosions are always fun. Why it would explode, I have no idea, but it does. I'm just waiting for the noise. Oh, it's going to land right on mission control. Oh, no, it didn't. It missed it. There goes explosions. Okay, now I'm coming up on 500 feet. As soon as I hit 500, the parachute's going to deploy. That was kind of slow, but I'm at 200 feet, or 200 meters, and I'm going down at 6 meters per second, which is a good safe velocity for hitting the ground. Hopefully the Science Junior does not take too much damage, because that would be bad. Like I said, that would be bad. Well, we lost that science. But it's not going to be hard to get that science back. And contract complete. Set an altitude of 7,500 meters. Discard. Altitude of 3,500 meters. Speed record of 450 meters per second. 300 meters per second, 150 meters per second, and launch our first vessel. we now have 23 more science. Let us spend said science. Let's see. Radial decouplers. LVT45. Let's go with the LVT45s. Now, how much science do I need for this? 18. Damn it, my headphones are getting low on power. Let me plug them in. That's better. Okay, let me look at my science archives. Now, I have nothing from any of these planets except for Kerbal. So, let's see. Material study while flying at Kerbal. So, let me do a couple of quick things. I'm going to relaunch this. Crew is going to be Bob again. I am going to add, if I can find it, these landing legs. Those are actually on very crooked. Okay, that's better. That'll help offset the impact. Let me launch. I'm going to actually launch this exact same vessel twice because reasons. I'm going to observe materials bay from the launch pad, keep the data. Actually, I want to see something. EVA. Nope. Recover. I didn't think I could. Maybe if the locations were different. I'm going to recover that. Maybe like if the Science Junior was right below the cockpit, then maybe I could have done it. Is Bob still in here? Yes, he is. Let's launch this. Let's launch this rocket once again. Now that I have landing legs. I again don't have SAS. And I'm going to observe the materials bay. Keep the data. Now I'm angling this at a eastward trajectory. I'm going to try to land in the ocean. Now that I think about it, trying to land in the ocean and having landing legs kind of defeats the purpose, but okay, about to hit my apoapsis, and I'm starting my descent. Let's get rid of that. Gonna point my rocket as best as I can retrograde. Let's drop the landing gear in hopes that this will help impact on the water. Let me time accelerate until I hit about 700 meters. That's good enough. Because apparently that bug is still in effect that if you are time accelerating before the parachute fully deploys, when it does deploy, it'll rip right off. $40 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters, and splashdown. We kept the material bay. Let me roll this on its side. I will open this. I will observe the mystery goo. The goo escapes into the water. Let's collect that data. Let's do a crew report from Kerbal's waters. Keep the data. Let's do an EVA report. Let me take the data, store the data. Report from Kerbal's waters. We'll do that. I will store that experiment. Let's get off here. Let's swim here. Let's collect that data. Restoring functionality will require a scientist. Well, guess what? We have a scientist. Now let us swim over here, store the experiment from the Science Junior into the pod, and let's observe the materials bay once again. Now normally I have to be in the command capsule to do this, but because I have a scientist, the scientist can actually observe material objects from on an EVA. So let's keep that data. Let us collect the data. I will store the experiment. Let me grab, and no. Grab, board, recover. $36 science. Next. Now let's spend this science. Now, I could go with stability, which seems like a good idea because it gives me bigger tail fins or winglets, but I can unlock the next tier. Now this gives me an LV909, which is not very good for takeoff, but it's really good while in space. But I don't plan on going to space just yet. I want to get science. Now this, general construction gives me strut connectors, it gives me stability enhancers, it gives me the Rocco Max brand adapter, which does me absolutely no good because I don't have any Rocco Max tanks yet. The first Rocco Max tank I get is here under the fuel systems, which is nice because it has the external fuel duct, which will help me in the later stages. Now, I can't unlock this because I need to unlock stability, but this gives me a bunch of space plane parts, which can come in handy. This is inline cockpit. It's a small inline reaction wheel, and it's another winglet. But here, we have a comms array, and we have a thermometer, and we have a drone and rechargeable battery pack. I think I'm going to do this for science because science is wonderful.